Okay, so let's commit everything again. Okay, so now for our next section, we have products by categories, right? So by categories, whichever product we have, we are rendering those categories. Like for our electronic device category, we have these products. Our electronic accessories, we have these products. So we already have this card ready, right? We already designed this card when we are developing this section. So I think this will be very easy. We just have to know how to render everything. Then we can just call that card for each of our products. So let's do that. So let's name it product by category. Okay, so all right, before that, let me explain it more. So what we are doing is we are just rendering products by categories. So this is our shop by category. That means we are just rendering all of the categories here. And in this section, we are just rendering products by each category. So we are going through each category, and if that product category has any products, we are just rendering it in the UI. So as you can see, only 3 of the categories has products. So if like the 10 of all 10 of the categories had products, they will show them. They will be shown in the UI one by one dynamically. So we just have to check if the category has products, and we can then show it in the UI. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, let's take a React component. Is the same thing. As you can see the workflow. It is almost repetitive what we have to do. So by now I have shown you this like 5 times already. We're just creating a component and rendering it in our main page. Then we should have it in our UI. Yes, product by category. And then we have to create another CSS file for uh, this component. So product by category. I hope you understand the flow now. Okay, so let's import it. Where is it? Sorry, not that one. Okay, product by category, right? Okay, so our import is done. Let's remove the other files so it is clear to see. Okay, so this is our product by category. And let's go back to our previous UI and show that. So as you can see, we have to call our API and get the product again, our categories again. So if we are going to render by category, so that's why we need to manage all of this in a global state. So we are going to do that in our next crash course. We are going to set up our Redux and do that. So for now, let's do the again copy paste again. So where is it? Product shop by category. Yes. So let's take all of this and paste it here. Don't forget to import the hooks. Okay. So same thing, we are importing our categories, and then what we want to do is, so sorry, load. So inside our div, we can just say categories dot length is greater than 0. That means we have categories, and then we can say categories dot map, and let's take a single category, and let's say, so okay, so for each of these categories we have to create another component so that we can render everything here. For example, from here to the products, this will be a component, and from here to here, this will be another component. Like each of these categories will have a single component, right? So what we can do is we can come here and create another component. Let's name it single product, sorry, single category product JSX. Okay, why isn't it working? All right. Okay. Okay, let's give it an empty fragment so it stops crying. Now let's try again. Okay, great. My extension isn't working. Uh, okay, let's delete it. Single category product J6. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to render our single category product, right? Okay. So we can give it a key of, are we getting any ID from our categories? Let's check again. Oh, sorry, we forgot to import Axios. Now it should work. Okay. So yeah, each category has a ID, so we can use that. Category dot underscore ID. So then we can just pass the category to this component as a prop. All right. So here we can just receive the category. So we are just simply fetching our categories. Then for each of our categories, we are rendering a component called single category product. So this single category product has a category, right? So now for this single category product, if this category has any product, we want to render this category product. If it doesn't have any product, we just want to render an empty element, right? Or we just don't want to render anything. So to get product by category, we actually have another API, right? So we are going to provide you the Swagger file. So don't worry, let me just copy it. Product category dot slack. Okay, so let's console log the category here. Okay, so with our category we get an ID, name, and a slack, right? So to get product by category, we can say use effect, right? And say Axios dot get, and we have to get the env process dot env dot okay, let's enter it here, and we have to get the env, sorry, get the base URL. Okay, sorry. Okay, so how this API works is it is a dynamic API. That means you have to after the API route, you have to dynamically give it the category slack as params. So then let's see what we get as response. Response, and let's handle the catch error. Okay, what are we getting here? Has a missing category dot slack. So it is asking us to give it a missing dependency, like a category dot slack. That means whenever this component is loaded, but we do not get the prop, so this function should run only if we have a category dot slack. So let's do that actually, category dot slack. Okay, so now, so whenever the use effect runs and it doesn't get a category, and then after the use effect function is run and you get the category after that, use effect will then also again trigger this function. So you can be sure that your data will be fetched. Okay, so what you get here, success true. Okay, so as you can see, for this component, we do not have any data, right? So let's just response dot data success true. So as you can see, for some of the categories, we do not have any products, right? So as this component renders each of the categories, we get all the categories console side here. So some of the categories has products, right? As you can see, some of the categories has product. So we can just take another state here, const produc products set products, right? Use a state, let's say empty. So now if we have response dot data dot products, then we can set it up in the state, right? Response dot data dot products. Okay, let's remove this console here and let's see if we get any product. Okay, so for some of the categories, we do not have any product, and for some categories, we have product. So for those categories that we have product, we want to render everything, right? So from here, we can just say that if products dot length is greater than 0, that means we have product, then we want to render something, right? Right. So what we want to do is we want to give it a class name. Okay, let's give it a class name of main container, our common class that we want to show for each of our categories. So it is not currently rendering anything. So first of all, we want to render the category name, right? So we want to know which categories these products belong to. So as you can see here, we are entering the category name first. So let's do that. Okay, so this is our category name. And for our home section title, our common class that we use for each of our titles. Okay. And then after that, we want to render our products, right? So we can say products dot map, and for each product, remember we created a product card. So the product data is always the same. So now you can reuse that product card component. We can just simply say product card, and it will take a prop, right? See, we have to give it a key prop first. Sorry, product dot underscore ID. Then we can just pass the props, pass the product as props. So as we already styled our products and everything, if we go to the UI, we should see everything by product categories. So the style might be a little bit broken. Yes. Okay. See. So now we have everything rendered with our category section. That means if we have a category, then we are rendering it. And sorry, if a category has products, then we are rendering it. If it doesn't, we are just leaving it alone. So we do not want to render that. Okay. So we have to add some styles, right? So let's say class name, product, container. So inside our product.category, product category, we can say product container, and then we can say display grid template columns repeat. We want to show 3 products, so one FR, and let's give it a gap of 30 pixel. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now it looks good. We have our electronic devices, our electronic accessories, men's fashion. Okay, so the other categories doesn't have any product, so it is not showing anything. All right. So we also want to make it responsive. I'm just going to copy that. So I just went through all the breakpoints by inspecting it, and whenever it broke, I added some breakpoints there. So I added one for 1240, 860, and 560. So let's go back to our UI and check if it is working. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, it's working fine. All right.